Hey there, my cryptopians. How in the world are you? We appreciate you guys coming with Papa Ron and Bulldog Rod on our channel. We hope we're going to be able to give you a little insight today about something that's pretty exciting. And thanks for joining us. Ron?
Doesn't take much to excite you, does it, Rod?
No, it don't. It don't. I try to, I'm at the age now where I got to live my life really good because it's shorter now.
Yeah.
When you're younger, it's amazing. You think you're never going to die or get old, but boy, one day I woke up and I says, what the heck are all these wrinkles I got on my arm?
I know, it just hits you. I was thinking of that yesterday, my age. I'm thinking, oh. Anyway, folks, look at Bitcoin and the blockchain technology. I mean, it is unbelievable what has transpired in the last few years or so.
It really is.
It's very interesting. It's a huge breakthrough. And I don't remember because we didn't get into it maybe a year and a half ago now, Rod, or something. But
yeah.
Prior to that, I'm sure when Bitcoin and the blockchain came out and governments, I'm not even sure they looked at it back then, or bankers, but it was probably just seen as another technology thing for the geeks and just a fad. Good point, Rod. And just some kind of breakthrough, and let those people do what they want. But then all of a sudden it became kind of a threat. And that's when all the FUD started. It was only out there for tax cheats and criminals and drugs dealers and money launderers. And, so obviously the bankers and governments felt somewhat threatened. Matter of fact, to the point after that, Rod, they started acting on how they felt. You had a good one. You were talking earlier today about China.
Oh, yeah.
Shutting down all the exchanges.
They got in there and stopped all the exchanges, so there ain't gonna be no more crypto crap. But then I guess some of the hierarchies in it said you can't do that. I got too much money invested in it.
I remember that headline too, Rod. Chinese says there's going to be no more crypto crap.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, my land. I think we need to put Rod into politics because he'll just shoot it straight, baby. There won't be no mixing of words or nothing.
No, you think Trump talks straight, man. If you see me when I get in there, I just say, bullshit, this is great.
So yeah,
people can't stand that. We need people like Theodore Roosevelt who think about the people.
It's definitely what they're supposed to be doing, having us in their best interest at heart. But oh my land, it's so far off course. That's another story, another day.
Yep.
Back to crypto. So they become threats. They started. Matter of fact, we even went through the phase of they stopped letting people use their charge cards to buy crypto.
Yeah.
The bank would see that coming through for Coinbase, and they would nix it. And they really felt threatened. So it poses the question: well, why is that? None of it is slowed down. There might have been some crips here and there, and the volatility of the value.
Well, yeah, you're right. Because I remember when China said they were going to stop, the stuff dipped, but it was only for like a week. But then it shot up.
That's right. I mean. So what has taken place? Well, why are they so scared of it? And folks, I don't know how many of you actually done studying about our fiat currency and most fiat currencies and central banks and how they operate and how money is brought into existence and why Nixon...
You mean how it's printed?
Yeah, that's right.
There's nothing to back it up anymore.
No,
it was been since Nixon. We haven't had any gold or silver standard to keep the dollar in check.
I think a lot of these millennials probably never even seen a dollar bill that used to have written right on it you can. What's the proper wording, Rob? You can cash it
So
in.
it's a silver
certificate or gold certificate, and you can cash that in for its value in silver or gold.
Right.
Our dollars don't have that anymore. They're just a piece of paper. But
it just says Federal Reserve note.
That's right. And
it's a note.
We know Congress.
It says maybe I'll pay and maybe I won't.
We know Congress has the authority to print money, and of course there's been some shenanigans on that, and they've issued that over to the Federal Reserve, which is nothing federal about it. But they have the duty, I guess, or the
contract.
They set the value of the currency and how much is printed and all that. And the way it operates right now, folks, is our money is brought into creation through debt. So every time you buy a new car, for example, that your bank, you go down for the loan, or GM, they don't have the $20,000 to buy that car. They go to the central bank, and $20,000 more dollars is created to pay for that vehicle in your behalf. And then so our money is created through debt. And look that up, folks.
It's also created by computers.
Well, it's all digital.
I mean, everything is digital now, man. I don't know what they were crying about at first about crypto. It ain't real. It's just on digital stuff.
Right.
Well, what do you think our dollar bills are?
That's right.
Heck.
And these feds, they have the responsibility then of the controlling it and setting the value and all that and printing it. Well, blockchain technology and crypto actually is really a threat to them if you think about it. I mean, this whole prehistoric system that we have for our fiat currency, if this crypto goes totally decentralized all the way through, it could really take some of these banks and central banks out. So now all of a sudden, a lot of them are getting on board with all this stuff.
Yeah.
And they're kind of talking just like some of these bankers and Jamie Dimon and some of these guys. Now all of a sudden, they see the technology and they want to come up with their own coins, and governments are coming up with their own tokens and coins and so on. Well, it makes me wonder why. I mean, the threat's there. Maybe there's an alternative motive in the works, Rod. Maybe
makes you want to think about it, doesn't it?
Well, there's been talk, and I know a lot of us have seen the articles on the Fed coin, and now there's talk about a crypto dollar from the IMF people, I think. So if they devise their own crypto dollar, which is a global type currency in digital form, and they institute that on a blockchain technology, and then turn around and governments start outlawing Bitcoin, Litecoin, and some of these other platforms, and force us into a crypto dollar, regulated, monitored, brought into existence by governments and big central banks and international bankers. Oh my land. I mean, I don't know. It's just something I got thinking about this morning, Rod. It
hadn't happened yet, but it looks like it may go that way.
Yeah, we're not saying that that's their plan, but it could. I mean, all of a sudden they were so threatened by it, and we're going to get rid of this whole prehistoric fiat system. So now they're on board with it and saying, it's goody good and everything's good, and we're going to create our own coins and tokens. And now we don't know what the long-term plan is. They very well could come by and say, hey, we're outlawing all this, and the new worldwide currency is crypto
Bitcoin.
Dollar. I think Bitcoin will be gone, baby. Oh, Fed coin.
Yeah, Fed coin.
So anyway, it got me thinking about something about it, and let's look at a few things that kind of
point to that.
that kind of point to, maybe not that it's headed that way, but
yeah.
You have so many people getting into this. Bitcoin's recent institutional demand is unprecedented. That futures market CEO. Now, we just did a video, 1 or 2 back, Rod, that maybe 3, that talked about how many institutional investors, how many over-the-counter exchanges, and folks, I'm not going to explain what that is. You look it up if you need to, are getting into this now, and these guys aren't coming in with $5,000, $10,000. They're coming in with millions.
Yeah.
So the people see the value of it. They know that this stuff's going to go up. And then you got, listen, look at this here. You got this guy, this ex-Trump advisor, and his name is Gary Cohen, the former Goldman Sachs executive. So he's been with the big money boys on the banking end. And Trump put him in there for Trump's National Economic Council. And he weighed in on Bitcoin this week, and he predicts a global cryptocurrency. And he goes on to say that, hey, it ain't Bitcoin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you see things like this, it just makes me put 2 to 2 together a little bit and say, well, God, what is their motivation? Why are they all of a sudden pro crypto? And let's get involved in it anyway. It's kind of interesting that he would make not an announcement per se, but
yeah,
something like that. And then look at this here. It's an interesting article. There's an underground bunker, and Rod, help me find the country. It's in Argentina.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. No, he's got more than that. He's got them in Sweden, too, I think. Argentine.
Entrepreneurs.
Anyway, entrepreneur. Venice. Anyway, he's got these bunker. And these guys that are buying millions of dollars worth of crypto, he is storing it for them in these. Now, you and I, we put our little 20% of a Bitcoin on our ledger or our Trezor or Keep Key or whatever.
Yeah.
But these guys are storing this crypto in bunkers. Even the colorful world of crypto, the cash is remarkable, amounting to about 7% of the global Bitcoin supply. It would mean Zappo, and I think that's the name of his company, just 4 years old, has more deposits than 98% of the roughly 5,600 banks in the U.S. Did you catch that?
Yeah.
He has more in crypto deposited than 5,600 banks totaled in the U.S. The Swiss subsidiary is overseen by the Self-Regulating Financial Service Standards Association. It's not
self-regulating. Yeah, that sounds suspicious.
So he's got bunkers in more than just somewhere. You want to keep looking at that, Rod. But he is taking all these wealthy people's, when they buy major Bitcoin, he is storing it for them. Of course, he's probably getting a percentage of that. And this guy's no small fact either. It says 2 Zappo clients, so 2 of his customers, said it houses roughly U.S. $10 billion of Bitcoin. Another person close to the venture called the figure an accurate approximation. 13.4 billion. Anyway, they're playing for keeps, folks. They're not dabbling with this to pay their mortgage off or to buy a new car.
They already got it.
Yeah, and when these guys put $10 million into something, they don't want it to increase by 10 or 20%. They want 3 times their money. They want to come out of this with $30 million.
That's all it's got to be is 3%.
That's 300, I think. But
well, if they got 10 billion, 3%, that'd still make $1 billion.
Yeah, but that's still small potatoes to what these guys, I think, are after.
Oh yeah, it is.
So, folks, we are disrupting the norm. We are disrupting the fiat. It might not be total yet, but it's coming. And we need to be aware of what the other side of the fence is doing. We need to keep abreast of their comments, like, hey, there's a global crypto coming, and some of this stuff, just be aware of it. Keep proceeding ahead. We want you guys to be successful in this, to get them mortgages paid off.
Yes, absolutely.
So on. Okay, brother, back to you.
Thank you, Ron. Appreciate your insight on that about these banks and give us some food for thought about this. And he's right, because we can give our kids a legacy if we want, or take trips or whatever. It's really good retirement to have that. And then you just cash it in a little at a time. Right now, Ron and I don't cash in too much. We mainly hodl. Which is good, because we want to watch it go up. We do have our own insights of how much we want this to go up, and then we'll start taking fiat out to exchange it back so we can do things, and or do whatever we want it to do with it. Just whatever your goal is. And folks, I think we can all do it, and we can all become millionaires. Or billionaires, or whatever you want to do. It just depends on how much you want to put in it, and how much you expect out of it, and how much you believe in it. And with that, I'll just say, God bless.